Shankara established the fundamental concept in the spiritual knowledge according to which God is the absolute reality and the creation is relatively real. If you analyze the present science deeply, this can be well appreciated. Science says that matter is a form of energy. Matter and energy are the simultaneous concept, and both are inter-convertible. Einstein says that matter and space are similar simultaneous concepts. He says that there is no absolute space without referring the matter, since geometrical space only exists. The bending of space around the boundary of matter indicates that space is not nothing, but has physical status. Thus, energy and matter are similar to matter and space in the simultaneous existence. Therefore, space and energy must have similar relationship. The generation of galaxies from space indicates the interconversion of space into energy and matter. All this concludes that space, energy, and matter are mutually existing and are simultaneously interconvertible concepts, like the sides of a coin. The forms that are converting between themselves must be relatively real. The absolute basic form must be always one without any conversion. This can be clear by an example. You have seen a rope in mild darkness. The existence of rope is clear to you, but not the form of the rope. The superimposed forms like snake, stick, and garland appear, but their existence is the same existence of rope. Therefore, the three superimpositions appear as if they really exist. The superimpositions will be converting into each other, because you will be seeing the snake for some time, the stick for some time, and garland for some time. Once the light is put on, the absolute reality, that is the rope, appears. This rope will never be converted into any of these relative forms. Therefore, the right conclusion is that the absolute reality is never converted into another form, and the interconvertible forms are always relatively real. Based on this example, space, energy, and matter are relatively real, which are interconvertible between themselves. Absolute reality is God and cannot be converted into any other form with reference to the realization of rope. The rope is never seen as long as the relative forms exist. Therefore, God can never be imagined as long as space, energy, and matter exist. Therefore, God is unimaginable. You are a part and parcel of creation, and you will disappear along with the disappearance of creation. Therefore, for you, creation can never be unreal. It is unreal only for the God. But Shankara gave the twist here to purify the minds of atheists. He said that the world is unreal. The atheists took that the world is unreal for them. Shankara kept silent because such misunderstanding is going to do good for the atheists. Due to unreality of the world, one will reduce the influence of family bonds, which are supposed to be unreal. This will minimize selfishness and the mind is purified, which is required for the devotion to God. Thus, Shankara converted atheists into theists by saying that they are God. Then they purified their minds by taking the world as unreal for them. The theist with pure mind is eligible to become a good devotee. Then he introduced the Lord for worship with devotion in order to become God practically. Who can handle this situation with such efficiency except the human incarnation of God? If somebody asks him how that Atman, a bit of cosmic energy, is God, who is beyond the entire cosmic energy, the answer will be that Brahman means only the cosmic energy and not God. The similarity is also qualitative and not quantitative. The atheists have misunderstood Brahman as God, and the silence of Shankara over this is purposeful. By such misunderstanding, the atheist will think that Atman is God, and therefore God exists since Atman exists. A twist for some good purpose is appreciable and should not be considered as cheating. Now, through this misunderstanding, the atheist is converted into theist. This is the first success of Shankara. The second step is that Shankara told that the world is unreal. It is unreal for God, but not for the soul, since the soul is also a part of the world, because a bit of cosmic energy, that is the soul, must be a part of the entire cosmic energy, that is the creation. Shankara kept silent on this point also, and therefore the soul took the world as unreal in its view. Again, this twist is for good purpose only. The atheist converted theist now thinks that the world is unreal and therefore reduces the selfishness to a very large extent, since he feels that his family bonds are unreal. This brings purity of mind. This is the second success of Shankara. Now the result is that the atheist is converted into theist with pure mind. The mind without selfishness becomes pure. Theism associated with purity of mind is perfectly eligible for devotion. Now a third twist is given by Shankara to convert the pure-minded theist into a devotee of Lord. Shankara suggested that though the Atman is God, it can practically become God through the devotion to the Lord. The theoretical influence of ignorance is removed by the knowledge of the unity of Atman and Brahman, but the practical influence of ignorance can be removed only by the intensive worship of Lord. This is the proposal of Shankara to introduce devotion to the new theist. Now the pure theist becomes a devotee of the Lord. In course of time, the devotion to the Lord and the pure mind without selfishness loses the ambition to become God. Thus, Shankara was successful to convert the extreme negative into extreme positive through his intellectual interpretations associated with purposeful twists and silence over the clarifications. There can be no practical preacher in this creation similar to Shankara, who succeeded in his unimaginable task, and this is possible because Shankara is the human form of God himself. Therefore, Shankara alone can be called as the world preacher, Jagat Guru, and we must remember him on this auspicious Guru Purnima.
అడుగో అల్లడుగో శ్రీ గురుదత్తుడు మూడు ముఖముల ఆరు కరముల వెలుగుచున్నాడు వేద విదితుడు ధర్మదేవతయధేను రూపమున కుక్కలై వేదాలు కూడి నడువగా అడుగో అల్లడుగో శ్రీ గురుదత్తుడు పరమ పావనుడు విచ్చేయుచున్నాడు అడుగో అల్లడుగో శ్రీ గురుదత్తుడు.